But he doesn't deserve this. A guy pointing an AK-47 at him while he's playing golf.
I didn't play the whole clip of Chris Cuomo that I guess is on his cable show. He's on some third tier cable network now. But basically the whole little segment that he had there was condemning Democrats or left for what was going on with Trump, and stating that Trump didn't deserve this, and he's been through a lot, and Melania's been through a lot, and the things that happened to Trump for the last 2 months is just totally unfair. And he framed it as if the left was somehow responsible for this. And I had a couple of things that kind of stood out to me as I watched Chris Cuomo with this. One, he's a journalist, and just like 2 months ago, when the first so-called assassination attempt, Chris Cuomo jumped out before facts were known and was basically saying, you know, this is something that Trump was facing that was dangerous, and on his face, yeah. And I don't want to poo-poo assassination attempts. Those are some serious things, and no one on the left wants Trump assassinated. I can almost guarantee you that. But Cuomo has taken a position that he's kind of leaning more on toward the right a little bit with this, particularly when all the information is not known. That's my whole thing. That first assassination attempt, it didn't completely pass the smell test. And I would just like a little more information, condemning all the while assassination attempts. No one should face those types of things, man, and they don't. And I condemn it wholeheartedly. But more information is needed. With this last one here, as a journalist, a couple of things stood out to me. One, Chris Cuomo said that someone pointed an AK-47 at Donald Trump. That is not true. The guy supposedly had an AK-47, but he was never, ever in the line of sight of former President Donald Trump, never. And then he was captured not long after he fled the scene. So ultimately, Donald Trump wasn't in serious danger. Now, that's not to say that he could not have faced danger. And that may very well be the case after more information is known. But we don't know that just yet. And Cuomo also framed it as if the left's rhetoric, he's almost like he's buying into is the left's rhetoric. And at no point in that little spill of what he had, that emotional spill that he had there, did he say anything about the rhetoric that Trump has spilled. And he was like saying that, oh, all the things that Trump has been through. I'm like, Chris, come on, man, what about the country? What about the things that the country has been through these last almost decade? The division, the hateful rhetoric, the mean tweets, right? That his MAGA supporters and Republican sycophants like to just overlook and poo-poo. What about those types of things? What about the atmosphere that he has created in these last couple of years, last decade or so? And I get it with Cuomo. Cuomo and his brother Andrew were once darlings of the left, even though Cuomo used to try to go middle. He was middle left, but ever since his brother got chased from office and due to his own Me Too moment, and then Chris got fired from CNN because he was wanting to defend his brother while he still held a mainstream media gig. The Cuomos have been a little perturbed at the left. Andrew, not too long ago, had tweeted something that was something he wouldn't have tweeted. It was kind of more pro-right than he normally would have back in the day. He's a little perturbed. I think that he feels like the left forced him out. Both the Cuomos feel that the left didn't do enough to defend his brother. And they may be right on some cases. I'm not going to go there, but they're a little pissed now. And I think this has a little something to do with that. But this narrative that the right, Trump is starting and Chris is leaning into, that it's the left's rhetoric that is causing these so-called assassination attempts, all the while disregarding the atmosphere that Trump has created. That's just not right, and that's got to be called out. And and this is going to run too long in this post, but this equal time that the mainstream media and people like Chris want to give to this thing without actually, there's a difference between the Democratic nominee for president versus the Republican nominee for president. It's two different things. One is certainly one that threatens democracy. We got somebody who has gone against the norm, going against the rule of law, and that has to be called out. And so Trump, if there was assassination attempts, he is as much as is, or if not more, to blame for that situation. And Chris, man, Cuomo's, man, I feel sorry for what happened to your brother. But you guys, yeah, this new thing where you're trying to lean into MAGA, that ain't gonna work, man. One thing I've known about MAGA, they only like Trump. And the minute you say something, do something that they don't like, they're gonna turn on you like a pack of wolves, and they never, ever gonna fully embrace you anyway, man. So get your bearings, man. Get your bearings.